Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay, back to the video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Batman, the statue, the 12-inch statue. This is from the Batman movie wave. I'll be talking about the statue itself in terms of the detail, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. The front of the box looks like this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the statue outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. This is what the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with a cool looking base. And I actually like this because I'll show in a bit why I prefer this kind of base over the other ones in the back. But there you go, your cool looking base here. You got the concrete floor. Got some dark brown, of course dark grays on there. Very sculpture design. And underneath the base, that's pretty much it. But again, just showing you the base on there, the paint job. And again, good looking base on this Batman statue. And it comes with, of course, the Batman itself. Or the statue, I should say. So let's take a look at the articulation. And there is some, not a whole lot, but there is some. Right, so you got some arm swivel, so you can kind of pose it a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it's something, which is always appreciated. And then also his right arm, it does articulate as well too. So if you want to have a certain way posing or holding the Batarang, there's that. And that's pretty much it in terms of the articulation. I want to say the head swivel, I don't think so. I think that's it. So the head is just there, but the arms do articulate. So that's that. So overall, articulation, very, very limited. Now let's talk about the statue itself. And wow, right away, the head sculpture design looks really, really good. You got that black leather look to it. You got the stitching on there as well too. You got a little bit of the gloss on there on the mask, which looks very good. And again, that stitching looks very, very good. The pointy ears. There's a little bit like kind of marking on here, which is not a big deal for the price I paid, which we'll talk about in a bit. But look at that face sculpture. The paint job on is really good. Very subtle, not subtle, but very small paint, but it's very good. You got the painted lips, painted chin, and then you got the black eyes, which is kind of weird. It has black eyes, but not a big deal. But I'm surprised, like, why black eyes? Why not white eyes? Or just his regular eyes, or human eyes, I should say. So there's that, though. But the head sculpture design looks fantastic. Again, that stitching looks really good. It just pops, and it just grabs your attention. So overall, head sculpture design, fantastic. Paint job, very clean looking because I'm obviously just black, but it looks good, especially that face paint. In terms of the arm sculpture, look at that. Detail here, the shoulder piece on here. You got whatever this is here, like a belt, I guess you can say. Then you have the gauntlets on here, which uses in the movie. Very sculpture design. You got paint on there. You got the nice, like, glossy silver. The gauntlets on there look very thick, which I like. More detail on the glove. You can really see more detail on the glove. You got that leather look to it as well too here on the glove, and of course the knuckles. Right, you see that on the padding on the knuckles, which looks really good. And something that I noticed too, which I never really noticed or paid attention, is the armor pieces are black, and then underneath it's just going to be like the military, like dark green. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. You can definitely see it right here, like a dark green and black armor, which I did not notice that because the figure itself for this Batman is just all black. So seeing the statue and seeing it up close, yeah, you can see how, again, the armor pieces are just solid black, and then underneath is just green. Look at that right here. See what I mean? So the right arm, same thing, has a shoulder piece on there. Very sculpture design on there, very bulky. Bicep on there, you got the sculpture design here as well too. Then you have here on the gauntlets inside, a lot of sculpture design there, very subtle little sculpture, but it looks very good. Very detailed. Again, more of that leather look to it on his hand, on his gloves. Again, very detailed Batman statue. It's like a fantastic statue. For the price I paid for, it is just like no-brainer to must buy, which we'll talk about in a bit in terms of the pricing. So the arm sculpture and paint, very good. You got the green on there, the black on there, shiny little black on here on the arms or on the biceps. It looks fantastic. Then you got the torso. Looks very, very armor-like. One, just look at this armor right here. It just looks beefy and looking. Just looks like you can withhold a lot of punishment, a lot of bullets. Then you got the Batman logo on there too. And if you've seen the movie, he actually utilizes as well too, which is pretty cool. Little sculpture design there on the Batman logo. Has a nice shiny gloss black, which just looks good. And then from a distance, you can really see that gloss black, which looks really cool. It makes the statue pop even more. More sculpture design here underneath the neck area. Again, very detailed. Very detailed Batman statue. The cape itself, very bright. Look at that. A whole thickness of gloss. So just, damn. Just look at that. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating it or anything, but just a lot of gloss on there. It looks like McFarlane just grabbed a whole ton of paint that's just glossy and just smeared the whole entire thing, and just, there you go. That's the cape. So if you can't see the Batman at night, well, you must be blind, because with this really very glossy paint job on the cape, you can definitely see him from a distance, though. Anyway, so talk about the Batarang on there on the hand. Pretty cool looking Batarang. Very subtle, just black, not much to it, but there's that, though. So overall, though, what I think about the upper body with the cape, fantastic, man. I really like the sculpture design. Again, very detailed, and you can appreciate more of the actual costume itself, because again, with the figure itself, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but it's just all black. But when you see the statue in a bigger size, obviously just 12 inches, you appreciate it even more, especially the gauntlets. There's all this right here, just all of that detail. You can really see all that detail on here on the gauntlets, and you appreciate it more. So many details. So overall, the upper body looks fantastic. Let's look at the leg sculpture design. Wow, where do we get started? Okay, so one, we got his right leg. Here we have the Batarang. Is it the Batarang? No, this is the Batarang. This is going to be the, oh my god, what is it called? I just blanked right now. This thing right here, the one he shoots, and the grappling gun. There we go, the grappling gun. Wow, for a moment I completely forgot what it was called. But anyway, so here we have the grappling gun. Very detailed, and I like the stitching on here, the sculpture design on the right leg. And again, the silver, very subtle, but it looks good. Similar here to the belt, just bright silver, very subtle, but it looks good. And if you see it from a distance, it just grabs your attention, and just a lot of detail on the legs. More of the armor piece on here, the black armor. More of the leather look on the boot itself. You can see that right here. Very detailed. I gotta say, a fantastic looking Batman suit. And then here is his left leg. The left leg, it doesn't have that much detail, right? And it looks good, don't get me wrong, but there's not much to it compared to the right leg. But again, though, looks really good. More of that leather look. Got the green on there, and you got more of that armor, the black armor. Just looks really good. And the back, you guys can see more detail of the legs or the lower torso. Very detailed, the right leg. The left leg is fine, it's just not much to it, though. And yes, he does do glutes. For those of you who wanted to know, he does work out. So overall, the statue looks fantastic. The size is great. Wow, I just realized what I said. That's so raw. But anyway, so the size of it, it looks good. Wow, I just said it again. Wow, gotta keep going. But the statue itself, it looks good. There is some articulation, which is pretty cool. But the paint job, fantastic. The sculpture design is just top notch. And so, of course, the main question is it worth it? Personally, I would definitely recommend getting it. It's a good looking statue, cool looking action pose, animated pose, very detailed. You appreciate more of the Batman suit. And for the price you pay retail $40, I think $40 is a good price for this particular statue. You get a cool, unique base, and you get a good looking statue. So for $40, I think it's a good buy. Is it one of those go out and get it right away for $40? No, but it is a good price for $40. Now, I got this for a really good price of $20. So for $20, fuck yeah. For $20, this is definitely a must buy. I've seen these go up and sell now for like $25. Even still, $25 is a fantastic deal. So again, for $40, I think it's a good deal. Anything less than that, you're getting an amazing bargain deal. So get them before they're gone. Again, last time I saw them, they're like $25. I got them for $20. So again, for $20, forget all this detail. Come on. So, at the end of the day, what I would give the Batman statue. So the Batman statue from the Batman movie wave gets a thumbs up for me. Here we have Batman and Riddler from the Batman movie wave. They're both good looking statues. And I got them both for a really good price. I believe I got this one for like 30. No, 20 I think as well too. And this one, of course, I got 20. And again, for $20 that I paid for, fantastic deal for it. 25, still a good deal. But if you get it for 20, then there you go. Just wanted to show you how these two statues look side by side. Here we have the Michael Keaton unmasked statue, or Batman statue from the Flash movie wave, and of course the Batman statue. Now, as I mentioned about the base, so this one has a cool looking base, right? See that? These other ones, they don't. It just has a plain black puck, which is not bad. It's just, where's the consistency? It's all, for me, it's going to be the consistency. Where is it? First, you started off with this, with having a cool, unique base. Then you switched to a regular black puck base. Okay, that's fine. But now the Blue Beetle one has a cool looking base, something like this. So it's like, McFarlane, which one are you going? Are you going for this kind of base or this kind of base? I don't know. I wish there was consistency, but it is what it is, though. Just wanted to show you how these two Batman statues look side by side. And of course, if you were to ask me which one do I prefer, well, it's kind of a hard one because for detail and sculpture, definitely this one. But in terms of like more accurate, go for this one. But at the end, which one do I prefer? Go for this one. Here we have the Batman next to Superman. This is Superman from Superman of Tomorrow storyline, I think, if I remember correctly. Fantastic, comic accurate Superman statue next to a Marvel, but movie Batman statue. Both look good. But man, just look at all that shadowing on here. The shoulders, right? The bicep, the abs. Just look at that. That looks fucking awesome. And he's flying and he has like a animated pose, which is cool. And then you have this Batman on here, which is a little bit animated, not a whole lot, but there's something though. But nonetheless, so here we have Batman next to Superman. Here we have Batman from the Batman Hush statue, and of course Batman from the Batman movie wave. Oof, they both look fantastic. But man, what a missed opportunity with the statue in terms of the base. The statue itself is fantastic. The paint job is really good. Very subtle, but it looks comic accurate. But the base, to me, to be the big issue, is just a puck. If it had like a base like this one, definitely would have popped even more. Would look much better, excuse me. But, hey man, I don't work for McFarlane, but that would be my suggestion, is continue with something like this more. But, nonetheless, so here we have Batman from the Batman movie wave, and we have Batman again from the Hush storyline. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on the statue? Do you plan to purchase the statue? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Batman, the Batman statue from the Batman movie wave, and on to the next one.